Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Master-Grade ReZEL. This is a Master-Grade kit that I have built the Defensor version of before, but this is going to be the original standard version. We do also have the Commander version as well we'll take a look at. This is from 2010. I just want to say a big thank you to Bobby as well for hooking me up with this kit. This is one of the kits that I'm going to be using for my diorama project that I'm working on. So it was really awesome for him to help out and blessed me with this kit. So big thank you for that. Let's go ahead and check it out here for today's video. All right, so taking a look at the box art here to start off, you can see a Gira Zulu getting blasted there in the background and just some really cool artwork here of the ReZEL. There's also, we got a Stark Jagan, which now, we didn't at the time of the release of this, but now we do have a Master-Grade Stark Jagan as well you could display along with this guy. But there's the box art, very nice. On the ends of the box, the same artwork there. And on the one side here, a front and rear view of the fully built and painted kit transformed into the Wave Rider mode. There's how that looks. We'll take a look at that in the review and a little bit more kind of about that, or I guess later on in this video, in the review portion of the video. Here's a look at some gimmicks of the transformation in there. And on the other side, some more details about what we have included, like the pilot figures, both sitting and standing. It looks like we have just kind of a standard normal suit pilot figure, and then also one of RiDi there, so that's pretty cool. Some different markings, the weapons and accessories, beam sabers, it's got the grenade launcher in the forearm, the action pose there, the beam rifle where you can put the beam saber effect into the beam rifle too, which is cool. And some other different details about the kit, including the inner frame detail there, which is awesome. All right, let's go ahead and pop it open. Now, I will say, I know that Bobby mentioned to me that he did already build a part of the kit. So obviously, if you're getting this kit brand new, everything will be in bags. I think he mentioned that he had already built the beam rifle, which is fine. We'll take a look at all the runners here in just a second. Taking a quick look here at the manual first. There we have the box art without the text. Very nice. Around on the back side, here we've got our nice reference images there of the built and painted kit in transformed Wave Rider mode and in standard mobile suit form there. On the inside of the front cover pages, we have some story about Gundam UC, the mobile suit history here, and then a little bit more about the ReZEL. There, a bunch of text in Japanese on the next page about the mechanism, the weapon, the arm unit, the leg unit, the Wave Rider mode, and then a line art here of the mobile suit showing what each of the different parts of the mobile suit are. The next page is our parts list. Then we've got all of our construction. We'll come back to the middle page in a minute. The transformation, and at the very back is the marking guide right there. But yeah, back to that center page where we've got the painting guide here for the pilot figure and the main kit. A bunch more about the 0096, the Laplace memory there, a couple of really cool images and text. And then again, more about the transformation and details of the transformation, the gimmicks, and a couple other different mobile suits available in Master-Grade form. This kit came out before the Hyakushiki 2.0 was available, so it's just have the 1.0 Hyakushiki, the 2.0 Zeta, and the original ReZEL there, also before the ReZEL Custom and the Unicorn version of the ReZEL. Later, sort of like 1.5 versions of the ReZEL came out. But all right, let's take a look at our stickers here. So for foil stickers, we've just got these red metallic ones for basically all of the different cameras around on the kit. We've also got some sticker markings here, some Londo Bell markings in gray, yellow, and blue. We got a couple yellow ones here with a little bit of black, mostly white for the sticker markings here for this. EFSF markings, numbers, and then generic caution markings. And then we've got some dry transfers here, which is going to be mostly caution markings there, it looks like, in white and red. Then we got some polycaps here in gray, PC122, a whole bunch of those. And our beam saber effect parts here, SB1 in clear pink. Runner A, a nice big 4-color runner here, a little bit of yellow there for the V on the crotch, some light blue up here for a couple little bits, some dark blue over here, and then the main blue color for the body. Runner B here is going to be a couple little clear pink parts. Runners C, D, and E are going to be the rest of our blue armor pieces. Here is runner C. Runner D we have 2 of, mostly armor for the legs there. And then runner E is some more armor pieces, including parts for the shield on there. Runner F is all of our white accent parts, mostly vents. We have our pilot figures on here as well, and it is in like a just barely slightly off-white. Runner G is some inner frame parts here in gray. This runner is in polystyrene. However, runners I, J, and K are the rest of our frame parts, which are also in gray, but these runners are all in ABS plastic. So here's runner I, runner J, And then we have 2 of runner K here for all of our inner frame parts. Lastly, runner H is going to be in a dark blue color. This would be our rifle parts. As I mentioned before, he did mention that he had already built the beam rifle, so there's just a quick look at that anyway. And with that, let me go ahead and get the rest of the kit all put together and we'll see how it looks. All right, and here's what it looks like all built up. It's a pretty good size and it looks really, really cool. I love the design of the ReZEL. It's one that's definitely grown on me quite a bit. When it first came out, I wasn't really that into the design. I wasn't totally sold on it, but I absolutely love the design now. I think it's really awesome looking and it looks great in HG form, even better in master grade form here with this one. And so we'll take a look at all the accessories and the transformation, everything here in the review portion of the video, but this kit is really, really cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to working on this guy some more. But let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories here first to start us off. But I guess not actually accessories, but one thing I'll just point out to you guys real quick is that here on the top of the chest, there's these clear parts right here, those clear pink parts that are supposed to be in those slots right there. So just to let you know that that's what's supposed to be in there, but it does give you guys the opportunity to see that you do have a little bit of detail actually inside of there, which is pretty cool. And also just as a reminder, where you have all the camera bits on the front of the chest, the shoulders, the head on the front and back, you have all these metallic stickers. I've left all the metallic stickers off for the time being, just because I do plan on doing some more work on this. Just saves me the trouble of having to remove the gunk off of there, but that can certainly help to make these camera bits pop a little bit more, just because the clear pink set against this kind of like darker blue kind of color, it's not really going to be all that visible depending on how you have the kit lit up. But we do have a couple of action base adapters here. One is for in mobile suit mode, the other one is for in Wave Rider mode. We've also got our 2 standing 100 scale pilot figures here. One is just kind of a normal suit, generic pilot there, or you could imagine that it's RIDI. The other one is much more recognizably RIDI there in casual clothing there. We got our beam rifle here molded in dark blue with some white there at the top for that hose detail. Again, you may see some of this black panel lining done on there. That was just done ahead of time just by Bobby. So if you're wondering why there's some panel lining on this and not on the main kit, that's why. But the handle does fold up for when it's transformed. Also, this kind of ammo cartridge here at the back is removable. And we've got 2 more of those here stored on the back side of the shield. Here's what the shield is going to look like. Really cool shield design, kind of very similar to like the Zeta Gundam, of course, with it being just very thin and simple, but I do really like the design here for this one. Very cool. And lastly, of course, we've got our 2 clear pink beam saber effect parts. The beam saber handles are going to be stored here in the forearm, and here's where we do kind of have some more accessories. So there's your 2 handles right there. You're going to want to use the beam saber effect part to stick in there and pull the handle out much more easier like that. Inside the other forearm here, if we open up that door, we've got 2 little missiles, which are going to be a lot harder to get out of there, as I don't really have a good way of getting those out. I guess you can actually slide those out using this kind of gimmick inside here, where once you stick the shield on, hopefully you guys can see this, when you slide the shield, you can basically use the shield to slide that forward, and that's going to extend those out like that. And so the same thing can be done with the beam saber handles. And also, it doesn't matter whether you have the beam saber handles or the missiles in the left side or the right side. It leaves the choice up to you. But it just kind of made more sense to have the beam saber handles over here on this side, have the missiles here and that side. You can choose whatever suits you though. But otherwise, that's it as far as the accessories go. The cockpit does open up, and we do have a seated pilot figure up inside of there as well. Pretty simple opening there for that cockpit. I gotta say, the dong piece here on the front is certainly very handy when it comes to handling the mobile suit. Normally I try to like pick up the kit like by the torso or something like that. This one is just a nice little handle. You can carry your kit around like this and not have to worry about messing up the pose. Just grab a hold of there and it makes for a nice little easy handle for handling the kit. Otherwise, no, but in all seriousness, the kit construction, really nice. This kit goes together very easily. The color separation on it looks fantastic. Just straight out of the box here, you have really nice color separation of these vent details and like the gray parts inside the vents. Up in here in the back, all the thrusters in the backpack look really cool. This separate piece for the inside of this part of the backpack right there. On the back side of the backpack, these handles fold out for other mobile suits to ride on the back of this when it's in Wave Rider mode, if you wanted to do that. And I won't go through every single point of the articulation, but the articulation is actually really nice for a fully transformable mobile suit. You do have a little bit of movement there in the stomach section. Normally it would just be like a fixed block here because of the way that the transformation works. But you do have a little bit of movement there in the stomach section. The shoulder articulation is also really quite nice, how you can bring those out. You can bring the arms all the way up to about there, which is not maybe as high as I would like. Otherwise, the head also I wish could maybe point up a little bit more. Other than that, I think all the articulation on this is going to be really nice. And you go down here to the lower legs, you're able to bring the leg up plenty high and get a really nice double bend there at the knee again, just because of the transformation. Sometimes transformation can help in the articulation, sometimes it can hurt it. In the case of the knees, usually it helps to give you a really nice full knee bend there. And the same thing here down at the feet, you got some nice detail up underneath the feet, and some good toe bend, and all that's just again due to the transformation. So with that all said, why don't we take a look at the kit transformed and try out some poses here with this guy. Okay, and yeah, the transformation, not an easy one. It's certainly one of the more complex transformations. I wouldn't really advise messing with it if you're not interested in displaying the kit in its transformed Wave Rider mode, because if you want to just keep it in mobile suit mode, probably just leave it like that, just because the transformation is not easy. But once you do get it transformed, I think it does look pretty cool. I think I don't have it quite right. I think there's maybe a couple little bits in there that are not quite in the right position. I got it as close as I could, but it is definitely one of the better looking transformed mobile suits though, for sure. In mobile suit mode is how I'm going to be keeping mine and how I prefer it. I think it looks awesome. As far as the transformation either helping or hindering in the articulation, as I talked about, there's certain parts where it helps and certain parts where it hurts. The only real noticeable part of the articulation that is hindered by the articulation, I would say, is maybe just the waist or the hip articulation of the legs. You can't really position the legs out very wide from the body, unfortunately, which isn't really going to be too much of an issue for most poses, but there are certain poses where you may notice that to be a bit of an issue for you if you're trying to get like a really wide leg posed. It just kind of can't really do that just because of the way that the hips are engineered, unfortunately. Other than that, it is a really cool looking kit that I think holds up really well, being now 14 years old going on. And one of the earlier Master Grades out in the line of Master Grades that we've got from the Unicorn series, after the Unicorn, the Shinanju, and I don't know, maybe anything else in between that. I think this one still holds up really quite well and looks fantastic. It helps a lot that it just has a really great design, but the kit here I think is a really great interpretation of that awesome design that it has. And it's nice that you have some options. So we have the regular version like we see here. We do also have the Commander type, and then there's also the Defensor A and B type out as well. So if you are a fan of the design, you have a couple of options in terms of armaments and also color, with the AB type also being in the General Rebels colors, which I think is probably the better color scheme overall. I definitely prefer that color scheme, but I think this color scheme actually works really well. It suits the mobile suit. I think it does look really good in the blue color scheme also. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Which version do you guys prefer the most? Are you fans of just the standard version, or do you like the more heavily armed versions also available? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys want to check out some more Gunpla for yourself, though, model kits, paints, tools, supplies, and all that good stuff, you can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. Got all sorts of cool stuff there for you guys to check out. And as always, guys, thank you so much for all of your support, checking out the video here today. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at an older Master Grade for today's review. And if you would like to leave a like or make sure you're subscribed, it helps out a lot too. Thanks so much for all of your support. Till next time, have a great day, guys. See y'all later.